All right, I'm kind of late to this one, but I did just get out and see The Odyssey, and I'm still buzzing. This isn't just a movie, this is a full-on cinematic event. And it's like the kind you feel in your chest when those lights go down and that massive score kicks in. We need to talk about this one right now.
Johnny Talks Movies.
Anytime Christopher Nolan directs something, it instantly becomes my most anticipated movie of the year. It really does. His films have turned into legitimate cultural events, for real. In today's movie market, it really has turned into that. Especially in an era where blockbusters feel like they're made by a committee and designed for the algorithm, Nolan still makes movies, right? Big, bold, original spectacles that people actually go out and experience in theater. You don't just watch a Nolan film, you experience it. People plan their weekends around it. I did not get to see this in IMAX. I'm disappointed about that, but I still got to go out and see it. So, I mean, we're going to be talking about this one for months. But Christopher Nolan, it's always an event when he makes movies. I mean, he's given us movies like Inception, The Dark Knight, Interstellar, Oppenheimer. I mean, holy, the list goes on. I mean, when Christopher Nolan takes on something like this massive, The Odyssey, clear schedule, show up. So my history with The Odyssey is I was forced to read it in high school, like a lot of you were. I didn't really love it at the time, but later I did pick up the graphic novel version and I actually really enjoyed it a lot more. I mean, the story itself is almost 3,000 years old. Think about that. And we're still making giant blockbuster movies out of something this old, or at least Christopher Nolan is. That alone is wild, right? Well, the plot, non-spoiler plot for those who at this, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. But the story follows Odysseus after the Trojan War. He's the king of Ithaca, and he just wants to get home to his wife and son. And what should be a short trip turns into like a 20-year nightmare filled with gods, monsters, and storms, and every possible obstacle that this ancient world can throw at him. It is crazy. So the cast in this movie is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's a movie star in literally every role, no matter how small. It's somebody like, oh, there's them, there's that. I mean, Nolan just stacked the deck like crazy. It feels like every big actor in Hollywood just lined up for a chance to work with him. And honestly, who could blame them, right? I would love to work with Christopher Nolan. Who could blame them? But I mean, working with Nolan at this time has basically become a badge of honor in this industry. I'm just saying, the cast is just ridiculous. So for the cast, the ones that really stuck out for me, obviously Matt Damon playing Odysseus, I mean, is outstanding, dude. He brings this grounded, weathered intensity that basically anchors the film. And you could feel like every mile that this guy goes through on this journey, all the exhaustion, the determination, the desperation of this man who just wants to get home to his wife and kids. Damon has always played a great flawed character like real human beings. He pours that into this role perfectly, and he doesn't just play the hero, right? Like, he plays the broken, resilient survivor, and I feel like he absolutely carries this movie on his shoulders. The other shout I want to give is obviously Robert Pattinson as Antinous. Man, dude, I love to hate this guy. He's so damn menacing and slimy and a snake in the best way possible. Man, he's magnetic, right? I love to hate this guy, dude. His role was great. Like, the more scenes he was in as the movie progressed, at first I was like, and now I'm like, okay, this guy's awesome in the best way. And Tom Holland as Temculus is solid. He does a great job as well. All right, so let's talk or not talk about it. Right? This whole casting controversy that came online before the movie came out. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't dig too deep into it. I just wanted to watch the movie. And once those lights went down, none of that noise mattered to me. I feel the performances are strong across the board. So when it comes to the controversy with the casting, I really didn't care and I really didn't dig into it much. I just kind of stayed away from that noise and just kind of watched this as the film is. So take that as you want to take it. Visually, this movie is just stunning. Like, Nolan and his team went heavy on the practical effects like he always does, and it shows, and you feel it too, you really do. What really stands out is how committed Nolan and his team is to keeping everything as practical as possible. I mean, he shot on real locations all over the world. And I feel when you're watching something like that, you feel that, you see that, you can. And I think it makes a big difference. So one thing about this movie that genuinely surprised me is there were a few scenes that really lean into pure horror. And I was like, wow, they're really going there. And so I was like, this is great. Like the Cersei sequence in particular is disturbing, like legitimately unsettling. The way the transformations happen, the grotesque and practical makeup and effects, the eerie atmosphere that's going on there. I mean, it's like psychological dread. I mean, it had me squirming in my seat. It really did, which for Nolan was surprising. I mean, there were other moments too, like there's a cave scene. I won't talk much about that if you know the story or see, I mean, you know. But I walked out of this movie thinking, man, I need Christopher Nolan to make a full-blown horror movie now. Like, please, like right now, this would be Christopher Nolan, your next movie, please make it a freaking scary horror movie. I gotta see it. I mean, now for the one negative that I do have for this movie, and it's a big one for me, is this movie is 2 hours and 52 minutes. That's almost 3 hours. I struggle with movies that long. That's a real commitment. I struggle sitting down for anything that long. All right, I can't sit still. Just ask my wife. You know, but the only exception I would say for a movie that long that I've accepted is the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because that is the greatest movie trilogy of all time. I don't care. Come at me. Let's talk about it. No, not the original Star Wars trilogy. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Anyhow, the Odyssey's close. I still felt that length though. You know, almost 3 hours gets to be long, but still the movie does move. It's just 3 hours is 3 hours. If I had to pick this movie's single biggest strength, I mean, I would say it's the visuals, right? Nolan didn't just adapt the Odyssey. He built it brick by brick with practical effects and real locations, and then shot it all on IMAX. The scale is insane, and it never feels fake, right? The commitment to that craftsmanship is what makes this one, I feel, one of the most impressive theatrical experiences in years. So as of right now, for this recording, as of right now, the Rotten Tomatoes score is sitting at a 94% from the critics and a 97% from the audiences. And I get that completely. This movie is going down as a classic. It's a must-watch for my ranking. Must-watch. What are you doing? Get out there and go watch this movie. It's amazing. Especially on the biggest screen that you can find. So that's my review for the Odyssey, guys. Listen, if you love epic storytelling, incredible craft with Nolan at the peak of his powers, then go see the Odyssey. I mean, do I dare say masterpiece? Time will tell, but I feel maybe. You know, check it out. All right, guys. Hey, in the comment section, let me know. What is your favorite Christopher Nolan film? I want to know. Put it down in the comment section. And as always, if you like this channel, like and subscribe. Until next time, guys.